Hello everyone, welcome to Meadows Bridge. We dream and learn. Today we shall see remaining concept in object-oriented programming fundamentals. Let's get started. In today's agenda, we shall see message passing in OOPS concept. We all know an object-oriented programming consists of many well encapsulated objects, a collection of collaborative objects, isn't it? Right? So let's say you have objects. Then the question would be how these objects are interacting with each other. What we are saying here is the objects are communicating to each other through functions by sending messages. This is what we see a communication between objects. We have the object 1, 2 and 3. These are all establishing the communication by sending a messages through a functions. Functions also known as a methods. Let me rephrase. Hoops consist of collection of collaborative objects that communicate each other by sending messages. We have an objects, we have a data and methods within each object. In all objects can communicate each other through the member functions, right? By exchanging messages. So what are the steps involved in establishing the communication between objects, right? So what is the first thing that we have to do? We first identify classes that defines the real world objects. Let's say you identify the classes. The next step would be identify the attributes. We also call them properties, variables, data, things like that. So we identify an attributes, we add the attributes to the class. Said that, now we have to define message passing functions known as methods. At this stage, we have a class constructed. We have a class name and then we have attributes. We have a methods associated with that class, right? Everything is ready. What would be the next step? Creating instance of the class called an objects. We can create objects from the class definition. Once we have an objects as shown in the picture, what we have to do now? Establish the communication among the objects. What that means? Sending messages, receiving messages, and then handling errors, things like that. A message contains the name of the member function and arguments to it, right? Arguments to pass. If you look at here, we have a instance created for that class known as an object created, and we are calling methods through that object dot method. What we do here, we are passing parameters as a input to that method. That's why we say object dot method along with parameters. Message passing here means object calling the method and passing parameters. Method may return a response after execution. Some methods may return a response. Some methods won't return any written message. Now the question would be when to use message passing in OOP. Here are the few cases. When one object needs to request data from another object, that's where message passing is involved. When one object needs to notify another object, that is a place where we need message passing. When multiple objects need to collaborate to achieve a common goal, obviously we have to exchange messages. So message passing is needed when the objects are collaboratively participating in achieving the common goal. The another case, when one object needs to delegate the responsibilities to the another object. Here we need a message passing. And another example, when one object needs to control the behavior of another object through message passing. There may be many more similar examples that we can understand. What are the advantages of message passing? Message passing enables to design scalable system. Message passing enables objects to communicate asynchronously. Objects can interact with each other through well-defined messages, resulting in a more organized and maintainable source code base. Message passing helps loose coupling between objects. So it's easier to modify or extend the system without impacting existing functionality of the system. Message passing is well suited for concurrent and parallel programming. See, there are several advantages of message passing which helps establish the communication among the objects within object-oriented programming and design.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, click on the bell icon and please leave the comment. Happy learning. Thank you. Stay tuned to the upcoming sessions.